These aren't just scary stories from babysitting. They read testimonies from survivors who discovered too late that some children aren't human anymore. I used to babysit this kid who possessed supernatural knowledge of how people die in car accidents. He would always command me to go faster, "You're too slow," not as childish impatience, but as prophetic instruction. His voice carried an ancient authority that made my hands obey against my will. One time I finally turned around and looked at him, and what I saw in the rearview mirror wasn't a child's reflection. It was something wearing a child's face like a mask, its eyes black voids that reflected headlights from accidents that hadn't happened yet. When I said, "I'm gonna play your game," I didn't realize I was accepting a demonic contract. I started driving really fast because my foot pressed the accelerator without conscious command. Then that cop car came flying past us, or what I thought was a cop car. When the kid said, "See, that's how you drive," I realized in horror that the speeding vehicle was actually the ghost of a patrol car from a fatal chase years ago, and this child thing was teaching me to follow spirits into the next dimension. Another time, we were watching TV when the power went out, not from mechanical failure, but because something outside had drained all electrical energy to manifest in our reality. That knock on the window wasn't a person. It was an announcement of a dimensional breach. When I opened the door to pitch blackness, it wasn't nighttime, it was concentrated void where light goes to die. The figure with the meat cleaver wasn't standing at my door. It was hovering, its feet inches above the ground, the cleaver dripping with blood from victims in parallel timelines. The face I couldn't quite see wasn't obscured by darkness. It had no face, just a smooth expanse of flesh where features should be. When I screamed and slammed the door, I heard the child behind me laughing, not with relief, but with disappointment that his friend had been denied entry. The cleaver still scraped against that door all night, carving symbols that burned into the wood. By morning, they had vanished, but I knew the truth. That wasn't a random intruder. It was the previous babysitter, transformed into something that returns each time a new victim accepts the job. I quit that night. But sometimes I still hear that child's voice whispering through my car radio. "Go faster. You're too slow." And I know he's still waiting for someone to play his game all the way to the end.